What's good, y'all? It's I Him Banks, and today we're back with a new video. I've got a spot here. Oh my days. So today's video is about how I personally trade support and resistance, just like the banks do. I'll be honest with you guys, there is a difference between how retail traders trade support and resistance and the way the big banks, the big guys, the guys who control the market do it. The retail trader version does not work. I've backtested it at least 5,000 times. I've taken 5,000 trades the way normal people will trade support and resistance, and it doesn't work. I've always had a net return of minus, never the positive. However, with the strategy I use now, I've backtested at least 5,000 trades and it's always had a net return in the positives. So I'm going to show exactly how I trade support and resistance the right way and the way you guys should also trade support and resistance. So make sure you lock in, make sure you're actually active and listening to this video from the start till the finish, because I have a lot of important tips that I'm about to give you guys. The way most people trade support resistance is they draw a bunch of zones around on the charts and expect price to bounce off those zones, and they'll take either a buy or a sell off those zones. That's usually how support and resistance is. That's the popularized version, the version that doesn't work, by the way. So that's how most people trade support and resistance, and that's why a lot of people say support and resistance doesn't work, because a lot of people don't know how to trade support and resistance. They learned the wrong way. So I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. So here we're looking at gold, and as you can see, most people would draw maybe a support zone maybe here. The way normal people would do it, at least trade support and resistance, they would expect price to bounce off here, off this areas around maybe 3 times. So that's 1, that's 2, and 3 here, before they decide, okay, this is a zone that I would take a buy from. And they would probably, as you can see here, they'll wait for price to enter this zone. So price bounce into this zone here. And most likely they would take a buy in here and maybe expect price to bounce up here into this zone here, into that zone. So that's probably where the TPs would be. So for example, they would take, maybe price enters into the zone and they'll put a buy order, and then they'll put their stops right underneath maybe these wicks right here, probably these wicks, and then they'll have their TP. They'll move their TP all the way into this top. However, as you can see, so price, let me just clean this up, price came into this area. It did bounce off the area. However, what happened? You would only see maybe a profit of like 10 pips when you were expecting to be making, I don't know, 100 pips or something like that. And then you got stopped out. So you would have lost money in there. This is usually, in most cases, how most people trade support and resistance. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you trade it that way. You're just going to keep losing wins. I'll show you another example, maybe for sells, since you guys saw an example for buys. So most people will, they'll draw the zones, classic. They'll draw maybe a nice area of resistance right here, because as you can see, the way most people teach it, it's bounced off here, there's a wick bounce here, price bounced off here twice, 3 times here. So most people say, okay, this is an area of resistance, which is fair. So they will try and wait for price to enter this zone. As you can see here, price did move up. It moved up, but it failed to enter the zone. And then it dropped. So people who were looking for sales just missed out on a potential maybe 1 to 2 right there, because price never entered the zone that they were waiting for. That's how a lot of people trade support and resistance. And the thing is, the banks know how you guys want to trade support and resistance. So for in this example, they would have waited for price. They'll see that you want price to enter the zone, and they never move price to that zone. So you guys missed out on money right there. I'm not gonna say the banks are against you, but if you make money, they don't really. So same as the brokers as well. If you make money, they're not making money. Now I'm gonna show you exactly how I trade support and resistance, and I will show you in this example right here. So this trade that I took here, I'll show you in this example. So I start off with the 4-hour chart. That's how I start off with my trading. You can watch my previous videos, you see exactly what I'm talking about. So I always look at the 4 hours at the start. I don't look at the daily because I don't need to. I'm a day trader. It's nice, it would help, but for me personally, with everything I've backtested, it doesn't do anything. So the 4 hour is very strong. It's already a strong confirmation for where I want to take a trade. So I start with the 4 hour. I can see it's a bit obvious that gold is in an uptrend. So if gold is going up, I'm only looking for buys that day. And as you can see, gold is going up. I drop down to the 1 hour. This is where I start looking for buying opportunities. So, you know, the classic, I would draw my support and resistance zone. So I can see that the most previous zone, at least at that point when I was trading, was this area right here, because that's where price bounced off of. The last place price bounced off of. So I would also place my resistance zone right here, because it's a bit obvious why price bounced off that area. I could see that price was heading into this zone right here. So what I did, I waited for price to enter. Once price entered the zone, I dropped down to the half an hour to look for trades. So I could have taken the trade in the half an hour time frame, but I decided not to, because I ended up going right back into the 1 hour. So I noticed that price entered this area. So price entered this area, and then it also closed bullish. So as you can see in this wick right here, it closed bullish. Once this wick, let me circle it. Once this wick right here closed bullish, I waited for the next candle to form. So to the next 1 hour candle to form. And the next candle that formed was this candle right here. So this candle right there. So it was this candle right here that formed. So once this candle dropped down into this zone, it already confirmed, and then started breaking the highs. It already confirmed that price was going up. So I decided, okay, once this candle breaks the high of the previous candle, I'm going to enter a buy. And that's exactly what I did. So I placed my buys right here, and I put my stop loss just below the candle lows, and I put my TP right at the next zone that price could potentially bounce off of. So as you can see here, price rejected the zone right here. So I could tell that was going to be an area of rejection, and I was right. So I made sure my TP was just below that area. So as you can see, price went up and hit my take profit, and I made a decent amount of money that day. So, and then as you can see, price then bounced off that zone, continued going down. So what most support and resistance traders would have done, they would probably have wanted to have their take profit maybe here, up here. They would have gone in profit, and they would have come and hit the stop loss. It doesn't work. But the retail strategies don't work. And that's one thing I want you guys to know in this video. It does not work. I feel like when you learn a strategy, you have to customize it and make it your own, and do a lot of backtesting as well. So yeah, so that's just one example of, you know, how I trade support. I will post more examples in later videos, and I just want you guys to know, like, if you're struggling with maybe trading or anything, I feel like you need a trading plan. A trading plan is going to be very important. I have a trading plan. You can copy my trading plan in my description. It's for free. You don't have to pay for anything. So you can get that for free as well. And if you also maybe you need a mentorship, or you're struggling with trading, you can book a call with me right now. Link is in the description, and we'll see if we can help you out. So thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next week.